We are going to be looking into a new roasted coffee from Good Brothers. So Brent, if you're watching, good job on this coffee bean. So if you guys are looking for that perfect tasting espresso where you can really dial in and really get familiar with the tasting notes, I think Brent from Good Brothers hit this one on the head. So this one is his brand new coffee bean. It is Burundi Ngozi. So I may be pronouncing that wrong. However, here is the new packaging for the Good Brothers. And there is tasting notes of raspberry, dark cherry, and bergamot. So I believe bergamot is a more citrusy kind of fruit taste. So I think that's definitely something that brings out the dark cherry and also the raspberry. But Dane, if you are watching, Dane is a subscriber of mine who recently sent me, is called Raspberry Candy by Ona. So I believe it was a barista champion who actually created that bean, and he sent that to us, and it was one of my favorite beans by far. It was one of the first tasting notes that I could like 100% say yes. If I was given this on a blind taste, I could tell you exactly what tasting note they were going for, which was raspberry. So when Brett from Good Brothers said that he had a new bean and one of the tasting notes was raspberry, it automatically made me think of obviously one of my favorite coffee beans that I've tasted since I started my channel. So I was really excited, and I really, really, really wanted this to live up to the hype of my own hype, I guess, of reading that raspberry tasting note, because that was the #1 coffee, like I said, that I've ever tried. And yesterday, I dialed these in pretty good yesterday, to the point where I would say on a scale of 0 to 10 with Ona, I would give it a 10 out of 10. And with this coffee bean compared to Ona, I would give it a 9 out of 10. I mean, this was absolutely amazing. It was very wonderful. This was really good, especially with espresso. So if you guys like espresso, I would definitely say that this would be one that you would want to get your hands on. So I believe he only has a limited supply of this beans available. So if you guys want to get your hands on them, I would definitely recommend doing that ASAP. So I'm not sponsored by Good Brothers. I just have a really good connection with Brent, and just tasting his coffee beans over time, this is by far my absolute favorite, and I'm giving you guys honest reviews all the time. If I'm not a fan of something, I'm going to tell you, but definitely try this. I have not had this with a latte yet. I just did it right before I went to work, but I had it with just straight espresso today. I'm going to be pulling a shot for you guys, and I'm going to be making an Americano. I'll taste this espresso shot for you guys to see what tasting notes I can taste today, and then I will also be making the Americano and letting it sit there for a second, just so I can let it rest and cool down, so I can really get those tasting notes that come out of these beans. So I just want to give a shout out to a couple of you who are watching. So again, thank you all to all of you guys who are watching. Justin, I see that you're on. I just want to say I hope all is well. Prayers go out to your family. Justin is a subscriber of ours, really close friend in our coffee group. So I just want to say I hope all is well, and my prayers go out to you and your family. So if you need anything, feel free to message to one of us in the coffee community, and we would love to lend out a hand, because obviously the coffee community is amazing, and we're all here to support one another. We're all doing this because this is something that we absolutely love. Yes, coffee is something that obviously if you're watching the channel, you're intrigued with, but again, it's more so making friends and memories along the journey. So if one of us is in need of help, we're going to help you. So I hope all is well. I'll be saying some more prayers for you and your family tonight, and I hope that we can all grieve together, because this is something that is definitely hard for any of us to endure. So again, if you guys are watching and you guys don't know Justin, a very close friend of ours in the coffee community. So if you guys could lend out a hand and show Justin your love and support with open arms, I would really appreciate it. All right, so we are going to start off by dialing in some coffee here. So again, if you guys are just joining in, we are dialing in the new coffee from Good Brothers. It is the Burundi Ngozi, which is raspberry, dark cherry, and bergamot, which I believe is a citrusy plant. So we are going to dial these in here. Let me bring you guys back. All right, so right now, if you guys have a niche, I know a lot of people always ask, what grind setting are you using? So even though it's gonna be probably different on yours because of the roast date, the beans, just how they age, how they're stored, how long they've been open, there's so many factors when it goes into dialing in your shots of espresso. But right now, I am on grind setting 14, and yesterday that was perfect for me, so I'm going to go ahead and try it again. I'm going for a 1-to-2 ratio, which is normally what I go for with a shot of espresso and for a latte as well. I just think that a 1-to-2 ratio really just brings out the clarity of the beans and allows you to really distinguish the tasting notes. So again, I'm on grind setting 14 on the niche. I'm looking to put in 20 grams here, and I'm looking to get 40 grams out within a 22 to about a 28 second time. So we're going to go ahead and start off. I'll move you guys a little closer here. Let's see. All right, just so you guys can get a better look of everything that I'm doing. I'm using the Akaya Pearl today. This is a medium roasted coffee as well, if you guys were wanting to know, which I would say medium roast is probably my favorite now, just because I just think that you get the most flavor out of medium roast, and in my opinion, I just think that the flavor that you can get out of them is just amazing. All right, so again, using grind setting 14 on the niche. So thank you all for tuning in. Thank you for just kind of following my lives. I'm going to be doing a little bit more lives here lately, and hopefully I can get more content out for you guys soon. A couple things have been going on in my life that just trying to get everything situated. So, all right, so 19.9 grams. We're just gonna go ahead and try getting a little bit more out. All right, 19.9. Bring you guys a little closer here. So again, we're using the bottomless portafilter, just so you guys can see the extraction happening. Now, yeah, like I said, yesterday it was really good with dialing in, but today could be a lot different. So. And then we're also going to be using our St. Anthony Industries levy and wedge tool as well. All right. So let's hope that this is pretty nicely extracted like yesterday, but as many of you guys know, it changes from day to day, and sometimes the struggle is real. I'm going to go ahead and lift this down really quick so you guys are able to see the extraction. If I hold it, it's going to be shaky, so I'm just going to try to get you guys in a good angle. I think that will be a pretty good angle here. All right. So I always do the same thing every day, so just make sure to flush that group head. And then I always just like to wipe here just so everything stays nice and dry. All right. Hopefully that is a good angle. Let me go ahead and zoom in for you guys. Turn on the light. There we go. All right, so shot's looking pretty good. Hopefully that can come together here pretty shortly. Oh, we got some channeling there. So shot still looks good, but there was quite a bit of channeling there at the end. We did hit our desired range, so in about 41.5 grams out in about 27, 28 seconds. So definitely would say that the shot was good, even though there was a bit of channeling. Let's go ahead and move this to the side here so I can show you guys the shot. Shot looks really good. Really nice thick crema. As you guys can see, I always just like to give it a tap just so it releases all those air bubbles. And then let me go ahead and get you guys over here. So while I adjust this, I'm going to taste the shot of espresso just to see if I can taste the raspberry again today. All right. So again, there was a little bit of channeling, but I'm not necessarily worried about channeling as long as I get the desired dose out. I think that is something that people kind of look too into when they're pulling their shots. Just because there is channeling doesn't mean the shot is bad. It just means that there was some imperfections when preparing your puck that maybe could have been addressed a little bit more. But in my opinion, as long as you still get that desired output and that desired time, it just kind of go by taste. So I'm just going to go ahead and stir this up just a little bit, and then I'm going to give it a taste test for you guys. Yeah, so I'm not kidding with you guys. This thing is amazing. The raspberry in this coffee, from pulling that shot, is very, very dominant in the tasting notes. I don't necessarily taste the dark cherry, and I don't really know what a bergamot is or what it exactly tastes like. I know it's citrusy, but the raspberry definitely shines through when pulling this shot of espresso. Again, I'm on grind setting 14 with the niche, and I got the desired 1-to-2 ratio in about 27 to 28 seconds. So I'm gonna go ahead and put some water in there. With my Americano, I don't like to use a ton of water. I just like to use just a little bit. So I'm using the Acme cup as well that I just recently got from 8-ounce Coffee Supply. So shout out to them. It's a smaller company out in Canada. So again, thank you so much for letting me review this cup on my channel. But I'm gonna let this sit here just for a second to let that cool down. But yeah, if you guys are interested in trying any coffee from Good Brothers, if you have tried any of their coffee from before, or this would be the first time, you can use code Dylan at checkout. Saves you 20% off on your first order. I would definitely say that if this is your first order, I would definitely recommend going with the Burundi Ngozi. I think it's while supplies last. I don't think he has too much of this bean available, so definitely make sure if you want to try this bean to get your hands on it, I would do it soon because I don't know how fast he's going to sell out of this bean. I know it's kind of hard to get, but again, I'll show you guys an up close of this bean. It is absolutely amazing. I've never tried this with an Americano yet, but I can't wait to try it. My Americano is just kind of like a 1-to-1 ratio. So I know some people make it a full cup, but I just like to add just a little bit of hot water with the espresso. I think it's just enough clarity and just really delicious to enjoy. So I'm gonna go ahead and read some of the comments. My wife is actually not here right now. So let's see. Go ahead and read some of your comments. There's a lot of you guys that have commented. So again, welcome all. Let's see if anybody has any questions here. Do you use hot water from the machine or is it too hot? So Justin, I use the hot water from the Linea Mini and it's pretty hot. So I do like to let it sit a little bit longer. I would recommend that if you have an electric kettle, I would use an electric kettle anytime you make an Americano, just because it's more of a temperature controlled water as opposed to your machine. You get inconsistencies with your machine. So I would say if you really, really want to up your palate to taste the espresso or anything from the bean, 100% would recommend an electric kettle, or maybe doing a kettle off of boil, maybe waiting about a minute and a half before you pour into your shot of espresso. And I think that's going to give you what you're looking for with tasting notes. So I very seldom pull a shot without channeling. Yeah, so I mean, channeling is something that I think a lot of people kind of overlook, but then again, they worry about it too much. So when I pull a shot of espresso, as long as I get my desired time, obviously, yeah, we all want that beautiful Instagram looking shot of espresso, that beautiful extraction where there's zero channeling, which I do get less channeling on my Breville machines. My dual boiler is probably the best at extracting bottomless shots, but my Linea Mini is pretty good as well. But yes, like you just saw, I do get channeling as well, and it's not necessarily something to worry about unless your shot is not, unless you're not getting that desired 1-to-2 ratio or whatever you may like. I know some people like 1-to-2.5, 1-to-3 ratio, or Restrato, which is a 1-to-1. So I'm going to go ahead and try this. I'm going to go ahead and mix it up a little bit. So this has been sitting for about a minute or so. So I'm just going to go ahead and taste this and see if I can still taste that raspberry in the coffee. So cheers. Oh yeah. So that literally tastes like I'm eating a raspberry. I don't even know. It's like, how would I describe this? I would say it's definitely a really, really sweet tasting coffee. So it's not like the normal, like if you were to have the Good Brothers espresso blend. Obviously, the espresso blend's made more so for a milk-based beverage. So if you're going to have an Americano, it's going to be very, very bold. But with this coffee, with the raspberry and dark cherry tasting notes, you're going to get a sweeter tasting, more tea-like consistency with your Americano, as opposed to using something that's more bold for an espresso kind of latte. So again, if you guys are on the fence of ordering Good Brothers, or you've ordered from them in the past, you can use code Dylan and you can save 20% off of your next order. And this one is definitely the coffee to purchase. So again, I'll show you guys one more time. This is definitely one to try. I would say out of all of his beans, this is probably my absolute favorite so far. Now, I have not made a milk-based beverage yet, but I will be making one for my wife later on when she gets home. So thank you guys all so much for watching. I hope that if you guys are on the fence with ordering Good Brothers, or you are looking into really finding that bean, that perfect bean for espresso or even a latte, I hope that this video helps. I hope that if you guys like raspberry, now if you don't like raspberry, you're not going to like this espresso because, or these beans, because it tastes just like raspberry. It tastes that much like raspberry. I would not recommend it if you guys don't like raspberry. So, but if you do, definitely try this. It's while supplies last, so hopefully you guys can get your hands on them. But yes, I don't really taste the dark cherry too much, but the raspberry definitely shines above all the tasting notes. So again, thank you guys all so much for watching. I hope to go live on YouTube and Instagram again tomorrow. So if you guys are around, probably around 5-6 p.m. Central Time, definitely come join us on our channel. Like I said, we hit over 1,000 subscribers not too long ago. We're almost at 1,100 subscribers. So I can't thank you guys enough for all of the love and support and appreciation you've shown for me and my channel. My wife and I truly appreciate all of your love and support, and it's just been pushing me to just make myself better on a day-to-day basis. I'm hoping soon that I can get my my second business kind of rolling with my coffee. So hopefully that is the next step in the journey, and blogs and everything are coming your guys' way. But again, this is all just trying to be worked out right now. We're in a tough time obviously with COVID going on and things being shut down and then coming back up. So you don't know really when to really create your business. But hopefully when the time is right, I can get Dylan's Home Espresso Bar out there for the public and they can try my coffee. And hopefully if you guys are around the Chicagoland area and you guys would like to try some of my coffee, that we can meet up and I can make you a cup as well. So again, I thank you guys so much for all your love and support and all the love you've shown for me and my channel. And I can't wait to see you guys tomorrow. So if you guys are having a good day, or if you guys are having a bad day, reach out to me and I hope that I can help you guys out. So if you guys have a favorite coffee in mind, let me know in the comments below and I will definitely try to try those as well. I love trying different coffees with different tasting notes. I will be trying a coffee that was sent to me by one of my subscribers. His name is David, so I will be trying that soon. I have not forgot about them. I just got a lot of beans that were sent to me. So again, thank you guys so much for watching and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Peace.